All right, Jesse on fire. So, yeah, 2025. Like, how would you describe it so far, Jesse on fire? It's like it looks like we are going to see 2020 again, except all new things, like all new things, you guys. Well, what is your indication of that, Jesse on fire? Well, in 2020, we had a global pandemic. And so far in 2025, we have a global phenomenon where thick clouds of fog are everywhere on Earth and people are getting very sick. And this is coming on the heels of, this big, UFO thing, which theoretically, if you were going to run the biggest global psyop of all time, except for the moon landing, you would be like, it's the aliens doing it. It's the aliens. And now, if you wanted to just gaslight people into the absolute ground, what else could you do? They're like, well, we think we'll give the Presidential Medal of Freedom to the most evil person in the history of like modern international business. Okay. The Medal of Freedom to George Soros. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? And then who are you going to give it to domestically? They're all, oh God, there are so many good candidates. You're all, do you have any that were just this last week exposed by a whistleblower who has been exposing this for years, that they committed treason potentially and the FBI covered it up? Anybody that falls into that category, they're all, well, how bad was the treason? They're all Secretary of State selling secrets to foreign adversaries potentially. Definitely corrupt, definitely stealing money, definitely acid washed a server that had all kinds of dirty secrets on it. Would have been in jail if it was literally any other person. A history of antisocial behavior and, one of the scariest people ever. They're like, I think I do know someone. I think I do actually know someone that fits that description. Let me see what she's doing. Hillary, are you available to get a Presidential Medal of Freedom? She's like, hang on, let me unchain this person in my basement and see if they're willing to drive me because my driver has the day off. Hey, you, I need you to drive me somewhere. Anyway, so that's going on. We are going to talk about that particular story. But first, I need to tell you about ground news really quick. So let's watch this, and then we're going to get into all of these stories. And I promise there is a lot more to come. This year is insane so far. Now, in 2024, it is essentially impossible to read a news story unless you know who is writing it and for what outlet. Now, you guys have heard me talk about ground news in the past. They're a website and app that compares media coverage from across the political spectrum. They gather related articles from around the world in a single place so you can compare how different outlets cover the same story with context and visual breakdowns. Let's take this article as an example of how it works. Trump warns of severe retaliation if Gaza hostages remain captive by January. Now, over in the top right, you can see it's been covered by 395 total news sources. Now, if you look at the right side of the screen, you can see the bias distribution shows the story has been covered more by right-leaning outlets. There's a 49% distribution for the right, 32% center, and only 19% left. And then the fun part. You can scroll down and you can see how the various outlets frame the story, with each headline highlighting the different aspects of Trump's rhetoric. MSNBC describes him as a madman. On the other hand, the Washington Free Beacon underscores Trump's strong, decisive language using phrases like all hell to pay to position him as the forceful leader that he is. Now, if there's a single reason to get ground news, this is it right here. This is the blind spot feed. I like to know what's going on. I don't like to read partisan news and just not hear about important stories. And that's exactly what the blind spot feed is going to give you. These are stories that are true that are not being reported if you're only reading partisan outlets. Now, you can sign up with this QR code, or you can use the link below, pinned in the comment or in the description, for 50% off this unlimited access plan. It's their biggest discount of the year, whether it's for yourself or as a gift for your family and friends. Ground News is doing an incredible job. You should definitely check them out and get the tools to think for yourself and know exactly what you're looking at. Now, let's go ahead and let's head over to Ground News. And what is the number one story on Ground News is this one. And you actually can see, okay, now this is not a paid ad anymore. This is actually just me talking about how awesome it is. Okay. Because check it out. Now you can see, like, okay, so all the center, left, right are all covering this equally. And let's just look. All right. So, I mean, here's everyone is covering this story. This is what Ground News is. It shows like all the different sources, and it's just, I mean, this is insane. Okay. Anyway, so, okay. President Biden will award the Presidential Medal of Freedom to 19 people on Saturday, including Hillary Clinton, Denzel Washington, and George Soros. Why would they jam Denzel Washington into there? You think he wants to be sandwiched in between those guys? I mean, come on, dude. Okay, you. Hey, Bebs, one warning. Oh, actually, nope, you're already going on timeout. You were going to, I mean, I was going to give you a warning until I saw the last sentence of that. Anyway, come back with that. I'll just ban you, dude. One warning. Enjoy your timeout. Okay. So the recipients include cultural icons, politicians, campaigners, recognized for their contributions to White House stated honorees, are good people who have made extraordinary contributions to their country and the world. Okay, here's the deal. You know, let's go to like, let's go to one, let's look at this one. What is this? Oh, that's Russian nonsense. Okay, hang on. Let me just, I'll take you to the one that I was already looking at, which is this one. Okay. This is utter insanity. Okay. So the award is the nation's highest honor. But online commentators say some are undeserving of the gong. You think? I mean, I just did my last live stream. My last live stream was about the Hillary Clinton whistleblower and how insane what she actually did was. And now this week we are giving her and George Soros the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Now, here's the question, and then we're going to talk about the fog and all that stuff, okay? Why do you think that they're doing this? Okay. Also, we'll obviously talk about the newest information on the Cybertruck guy. Oh. And then I have a crazy story to tell you guys that happened in our I'm going to bring Gabrielle up here because something happened in our world, like a teacher of my daughter's, Gabrielle. We had talked about this guy before, I think, on the channel. If you guys watch, like I've been watching for a long time, and we were like, this dude gave us the creeps. Like he looked Giselle up and down. Gabrielle said he looked her up and down. I made sure I went and met him, whatever. This guy got arrested yesterday. Okay. So we're going to talk about that later, and I'll tell you what he got arrested for. And we're going to bring Gabrielle up here to give her the appropriate accolades for her completely calling it. She's like, he looked her up and down like she was a hot, like grown-up girl when she was 11. She saw it. Like she came home and told me that. We talked about it on the channel. He got arrested yesterday. Anyway, okay. But so in this story, okay, here's what I think is going on. This is what I honestly believe, okay, when it comes to Hillary Clinton and George Soros getting these awards. I think that these guys are starting to recognize that they've lost, like for real lost, and they can like create destabilization and do all whatever they think they're going to do. But the likelihood that they end up in jail has gone up 1,000x in the last however long. Okay. I think what this is, and this is if I mean, gun to my head, had to make a guess. I think what they are doing is they are setting up a situation where in the event that Kash Patel gets confirmed and they indict Hillary and or George Soros, if he's still alive at that point, they have this narrative where they can paint the new administration as these tyrannical fascist psychos. These guys, you're talking about Presidential Medal of Freedom recipients. It's the highest honor in the land. And these guys indict them? Are you kidding me? They are fascists. They are psychos. They cannot do this. They can't do this. That's what I think they're doing. I think that is what they're doing. Dubs, you're the man, dude. Anybody who just got a membership, thank Dubs and head over to his channel and subscribe. He has an incredible channel. I watch it all the fucking time. So when I saw this, honestly, like when I saw this, I just looked at it like, my buddy Drew sent it to me. And he actually just texted me, Soros and Hillary get Presidential Medal of Freedom. And I was at jiu-jitsu and I was in between rounds and I was like, shut up. Like, I thought it was a joke. I honestly thought it was a joke. What do you think of Elon censoring all these accounts on X that spoke out against his immigration plan? I don't know. Like, honestly, I have not looked super. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I haven't looked into it super close. Basically, something, and thank you for the super chat. Something that you can basically take for granted is if there's like a really big story that everybody's talking about, if I haven't talked about it, that means I probably haven't looked at it. You know, it's just that simple. I haven't looked at it very much. I don't know a lot about the like how the immigration program works. So I don't, you know, I'll tell you what I don't like about that entire thing is I do not at all like the fact that, like, we won 5 minutes ago and you already have these big fissures in, you know, the population where everyone's all, fuck this guy. You're all, you liked him 5 minutes ago, though, but now he's trying to do this. And you're like, dude, it's a single issue. Okay. Like, this is a single issue. Relax. Obviously we are, you know, culturally aligned. You don't need to like people are just so fast to go from, you know, all right, well, we're aligned on this. And then like they say one thing and it's like, my God, this guy's got to go. And you're like, just how about you just disagree on this one thing? You know what I mean? But nonetheless, anyway, so again, I have an incredibly strong feeling that is exactly what this is. They know that there is especially Hillary, a very real possibility that she's going to get indicted because, oh, well, here, I'll tell you a very specific reason why this, a very specific reason why she would be overly concerned about potentially getting indicted is if you listen to, okay, actually, let me show you guys the video that I'm talking about, just so we're all on the same page. Okay. So, I covered the whistleblower that, was talking about Hillary Clinton on Timcast, on my last live stream, which would have been just on New Year's Eve, right? I'm going to show you guys that video right now, just so that we're all on the same page. And then I'll tell you what was revealed in that video that is relevant to this in particular. Okay. So this is the stream I'm talking about. Bird flu. Hold on. And it was this right here. This guy. 6 years ago, like right around 6 years ago.
Independent agency. Bullcrap. That's not what the Constitution says.
Mm-hmm.
The president.
Well, the FBI is not in the Constitution, but
no, but he is the. And so the fact that there were 7 of those, 7 email chains with these saps on them in her personal private email server in her home. There's no way you even get those out of a SCIF and out of the hands of the security manager without knowingly violating the law.
So you're saying this was part of the 33,000 emails that were deleted off her Gmail?
No,
like her
no,
Gmail,
no,
right?
These ones were found. So who knows how many were.
First of all, the first thing that I notice is what's today, like the 4th or something. So 5 days ago, I need a haircut. Look how much better my hair looks, dude. Right? Also, I had a fake tan on that day because it was New Year's Eve. Look at how much better looking I am in that versus now. It's not even close, dude. It's not even close. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding, actually. I'm completely serious. But anyway, so that guy that we're talking about, that's the whistleblower talked about the Hillary thing. Okay, so one of the reasons why we're talking about her potentially getting indicted, aside from just the fact that he's coming out public, is when they talk through in detail the process that he got information to different Congress people. He got I'm 90% sure that I'm saying this right. He got this information to Devin Nunes And at the time, actually, let me just make sure that I'm saying this right. Devin Nunes and Cash Patel. Yeah. Okay. So Cash Patel's. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. All right. So look. So. Okay. So I work with Cash Patel to expose the Russia hoax, and now he's the best pick to reform the FBI. Okay. So this is written opinion piece by Devin Nunes, right? So Cash Patel had been working with Devin Nunes, and Devin Nunes is the person who was given the whistleblower information about Hillary. So Cash Patel is in the know about all of that stuff related to Hillary and the server and the skiffs and all that. I'm sorry, the special access projects and all that stuff. So if he ends up being the director of the FBI, there is a high probability she gets indicted, straight up. And so if they're going to play defense, right? If they're going to play defense against that, then, here you go. I mean, it's not like anybody watches MSNBC anymore, but they're going to run the narrative they're going to run when she gets indicted is going to be, this is an American hero. This is a presidential Medal of Freedom honoree. This is the breakdown of society if she's indicted. She did nothing wrong. We've been hearing about this for 8 years, 9 years. And now she's getting indicted. This is political. This is the Justice Department going after its political adversaries. There is no truth in this. She is a hero, not a criminal, and we need to impeach Donald Trump. That's how that's going to go. And you're like, right. So if I remember correctly, I was subject to an onslaught of stories related to the sitting president supposedly being a sleeper cell agent for Russia. So many stories that even I, at the time, was like, there has to be something here. I mean, there's so much of it, which if you guys know my content really well, the moment that I completely, I was always independent, but the moment I fully switched sides was the day the Mueller report came out. Because I had been, by then I'm like, this is either true or everything they're saying about the deep state is true. And it wasn't true. And thus I never looked back, and every single thing that I've seen since then has verified my opinion, about that thing. So it's like, they just constantly accuse the other side of doing what they either actually did or are currently doing. Like, they turned the Justice Department on Trump. The Democratic, like DAs and all these people that are, by the way, controlled by Soros in many cases. Okay. Like, these state district attorneys, you understand that is where Soros really pulls strings to destabilize the United States or to do whatever he wants. He funds their campaigns. You guys remember Kim Fox in Chicago, the one who dismissed the Jussie Smollett case? Okay. Now, I've always been extremely, extremely suspicious that the Jussie Smollett case went way higher than just some dumbass actor, who's like, I just want to get famous. And the reason for that, what reeked about that entire thing was the fact that, like, within a day or two of that, Kamala Harris and Cory Booker introduced an anti-lynching bill. Okay. Let me look up when that was. Okay. Kamala Harris anti-lynching bill. Okay. So, a bill to amend Title 18 United States Code to specify lynching as a deprivation of civil rights and for other purposes. The act was introduced to the Senate in June of 2018 by the body's 3 black members from both parties: Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Tim Scott. I am telling you right now, when we look up the date of the Jussie Smollett thing, you are going to see June of 2018 because it happened right before that. Okay, watch this. Jussie Smollett, initial attack date. Okay, timeline of a hoax. False reports being attacked in Chicago in 2019. Where is this, dude? This says January of 2019, but I am absolutely certain that Kamala Harris and them started talking about this anti-lynching thing literally right afterwards. Right afterwards. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a completely different thing. It's a completely different thing. It's not that one. It's a different bill. Senator come introduced anyway, whatever. So bottom line is that was why I was always so suspicious of that entire thing going much higher, right? So the way that plays out, Jussie Smollett does the fake hate crime. Everybody knows it's fake. It's obvious. And by the way, I see the super chats. I'm going to get to them in a second. Everyone knows that it's fake because the story makes no sense, right? And the Osendiro brothers, the ones who actually did it, those are my buddies. Okay, like those are my guys, the guys who actually pretended to be the MAGA guys. By the way, if you've never seen them, if you've never seen the clip of them acting it out on the street and then telling the story, it's the funniest thing ever because they're like legit talented and fucking hilarious. And to them, like they had no idea that what they were doing was actually would have like the implications that it was. Like they had, they worked with Jussie. They were like his personal trainers. He's all, so this is what I need you to do. I want you guys to dress up like my. They just didn't get it, like they didn't understand how big of a deal it was going to be and all that. And so that like this, it's 2:30 in the morning. It's negative 14 degrees, and Jussie's like, gosh, I just need to go out and get a Subway sandwich. And then on the way back, some MAGA guys are all, hey, isn't that FN bomb from Empire? It's like, first of all, who screams those two words at all? And then who screams those two things consecutively in Chicago while wearing MAGA hats? It's like, it's little on the nose. And then, he's all, but I did beat them up. I won the fight. This is the whole fucking thing was obvious. It was obviously a lie. You see the body cam footage. And when the cops come up, he has like this string around his neck still. He's all, I just left the noose on because I just wanted to make sure that you guys got to see the way it was. They're all, they came in, they're all, hey, do you want to take that off? Everybody knew it was fake unless, you're Ellen Page, who goes on, national television. I cannot believe anyone is questioning the story. You're like, you are mentally unsound. So the reason that I thought it's Soros is because first, the text messages that got released about that case showed that Michelle Obama's chief of staff had been interacting with Kim Foxx, the district attorney, and she asked her to try to get the investigation moved to the FBI. Oh, wow. I wonder why, like why are they making calls on their behalf? Now, the Smollett family is dialed in with the DNC, but you have an Obama chief of staff making calls on your behalf. And hey, can you get it over to the FBI? Oh, geez. Hey, why do you think they wanted it with the FBI? You're talking about the Smollett family wanted it with the FBI? Yes. Probably because they thought the FBI would do a more thorough investigation, not cover it up, obviously. Honestly, if it would have gone to the FBI, the Osendiros would probably be doing 50 years in jail right now. They would have just literally made up this whole thing about how this is all a plot they'd make up something about the Osen. If the Osendiros got exposed, they would have buried them under the jail and then never thought about them ever again, And because they weren't able to do that, just out of nowhere, the biggest story in the world, like there 99% of people in the country wanted him to be prosecuted, and Kim Foxx just dropped the case. Why would she do that? Like, why would she do that? Why would she drop that case? That is career, and it's because this guy who just got the Presidential Medal of Freedom, George Soros, told her to. Okay. He funded her campaign, just like he funds the campaigns of all these big city district attorneys and then tells them what to do. You know, now I wonder why. Why would they do that? You know, like, why is that important to him? Okay, real quick. Okay, so Christopher Huntington, thank you for the super chat. I love your channel. Go hydrate, you and yours. Much love and respect. Stay hydrated and a great day. Thank you very much, good sir. I just pounded a big thing of water right before. I'm nice and hydrated, dude. Another day to grow. Thank you very much. Okay, executive order 13818. Okay, executive order 83818. Is that what it was? Hang on. 13818. 13818. Blocking the party of persons involved in serious human rights abuse or corruption. Okay, so this is by the authority vested in me as president of the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, including the international emergency economic powers. I, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, find that the prevalence and severity of human rights abuses and corruption have their source in whole or in substantial part outside the United States, such as those committed or directed by persons listed in the annex to this order, have reached such scope and gravity that they threaten the stability of the international political systems. Human rights abuses and corruption undermine the values that form an essential foundation of a stable, secure, functioning society. Have devastated. Okay, right. Determine. Okay, so human rights abuses constitute an threat to national security. Okay, so section 1. All property and interests in property that are in the United States that hereafter come within the United States or that are or hereafter come within the professional control of the United States person are blocked and may not be transferred, paid, exported, withdrawn, or otherwise dealt with. Okay. All property and interests in property that are in the United States that hereafter come within the United States or that are hereafter come within possession or control of any United States person, the following persons are blocked. May not be okay. So the persons listed in the annex to this order, any foreign person determined by the Secretary of the Treasury in consultation with the Secretary of State, Attorney General, to be responsible or complicit and have serious human rights abuse, okay, to be current or former government officials or acting for or on the behalf of an official who is responsible for or complicit in or has directly or indirectly engaged in corruption, including the misappropriation of assets, the exportation of private assets for personal gain, corruption related to the government contracts or extraction of natural resources or bribery. I mean, this is, dude, you could throw Joe Biden in violating this easily, just on Burisma. C, to be or have the leader of an entity, including any government entity that is engaged in or has been, okay, so the entity, that doesn't apply to them. Well, actually, you could probably apply this one to George Soros, actually. An entity whose property and interest in property are blocked pursuant to this order as a result of activities related to the leader or attempted to engage in any of the activities described in subsections, any person determined by the Secretary of Treasury in consultation with the Secretary of State. Okay, bottom line, if the reason that you sent this and wanted me to look at this one in particular is you're saying that I'm not, I think what this says, I mean, I understand what they're saying, violate this. But if I understand this correctly, what they're saying is they could seize all of their property, right? So, like, bottom line is if someone like George Soros is determined to have done these things, which is, human rights abuses, corruption, world constitute unusual, extraordinary threat to national security, the U.S. government could seize everything of his. I'm pretty sure that's what you're saying. And if that's the case, I mean, the law is, if that's a law, I mean, bottom line, yeah, I mean, I think George Soros deserves it. in terms like the fact that we just allow him to do all of the things that he does. And we're just like, that's fine. We know that you're doing this, this, and this. You know, you're undermining law and order in American cities on purpose, obviously. Basically, if you look under the hood in almost any of these nefarious things, that guy is there. He's not going to live very much longer, and his son is not as smart as he is. He's actually dumb, but he's married to Uma Aberdeen, who is Hillary Clinton's best friend. And, you know, that's like, if you know, like the thing like, oh, they know where all the bodies are. That woman is as tight with Hillary Clinton as any two people can be in this world. And now she's married into the Soros, you know, what do you call it? Estate? No, the Soros, whatever, you know what I mean. The money, the resources. Elon, he mass censored all the accounts that ratioed him like Nick Fuentes. All right. I mean, but again, he bought Twitter and literally saved the entire world. I don't agree with him censoring things that don't agree with him at all, obviously. But he literally saved the world, in my opinion. Yes. Do you know why they did that? Because of treason. I apologize. That was 11 minutes ago, and I'm not really sure what you were referencing. I appreciate the super chat, good sir. Hey, Jesse, I want to watch if I want to watch any news at all, I come straight to your channel and play with matches. You're the man, dude. Thank you very much, MMA Jagoff. I try to cover all the stuff I would be interested personally. And obviously this one made the list by 100 miles. And then we got, dude, we're half an hour in. We still haven't even talked about the fog or the Cybertruck. This is a fun stream, dude. Rick, I disagree, Jesse. We should hold Trump accountable. He did a 180 flip-flop on HB1 visas. Americans deserve the jobs first, not immigrants. Again, like I said, I don't know. I don't know enough about this to talk about it. What I could say is, Shelly, thank you very much. And whoever got those, enjoy members only. I'm going to really try to do a better job, like posting in members only, like all the time. You know, there's a lot of content already in there. That's why I'm always like, okay, I have tons of members only stuff, but I'm going to continue. I'm going to start doing more like new stuff, where I could show like street fights and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I'm actually even allowed to do street fights in members only, but I could definitely do stuff that I can't do here or whatever. But I appreciate all the super chats, you guys. So, I mean, listen, dude, at the end of the day, I don't think there's anything else to say about this Presidential Medal of Freedom other than it's laughably absurd that actually happened. And it can only be, in my opinion, preemptive defense. Like, he can't pardon them. He can't pardon Hillary Clinton, and he certainly can't pardon George Soros because they haven't been charged with anything. But this, to me, in my opinion, seems like as close to pardoning them as you can get without pardoning them, to set up, you know, this counter narrative that's going to paint the administration of the Justice Department as like these raging psychos that are just throwing political adversaries in jail, versus what it actually is, which is holding accountable people who have, I mean, I obviously don't need to tell you guys about Soros and Hillary, you know what I mean? Do you believe President-elect Trump will become president-eject? I don't understand the question exactly, but if thank you for the super chat. If the question is, do I think that they are going to try to take another shot at him? I do. It makes me very nervous because, you know, it feels like we have captured real control this time. And, you know, the first time when he was president, no matter how smart you are, no matter how capable you are, if you are a first timer in a job, you're going to have a massive learning curve. That's just the way it works. It's just that you feel lost. You know what I mean? Like, bottom line. I mean, if you're the vice president of the United States and then you become the president, that's different. You're still going to have a lot of stuff that you have to learn, but going from zero to president and not understanding how all the pieces fit together, it's going to take a while to figure it out, right? In addition to that, the entire system was working against him. They were all, in a very conspiratorial way, working against him And the fact that he had not won the popular vote gave the narrative that, like, you know, oh, the majority of the country doesn't even want any president. Blah, blah, blah. This time, not only does he know the job better than anyone else in the country who is eligible to be the president. I mean, that's just, I don't think that's even up for debate, right? No one else has a better understanding of what it entails to be president of the United States. He also learned all of the lessons of who is pretending to have his back and actually undermining him. When he got out of office, that became even more clear because these people who had been kind of like, no, now they don't have to fake it anymore. And so he finds out who actually had his back and who didn't. And we won the popular vote, right? And now the politicians who were undermining him at the, you know, congressional level, they all know, everybody knows, if they vote against like important things to us, they're done. Their career's over. Okay. Any conservative who votes against Kash Patel may as well go get a job doing something else. The only way that you would be able to get that vote is with such a ludicrous amount of bribery. And so they don't have to worry about that. It's like, maybe you could get a conservative to vote against Kash if, you know, you're like, as an example, Carrie Lake recorded the head of the Republican Party in Arizona telling her that he has a blank check to bribe her if she doesn't run in this election, you know, and then she exposed him and he, you know, resigns the next day. But whoever he was representing back there, which he said the big guys on the East Coast, whoever those people are, they could go to the, you know, Congress people who they, you know, that they think they can get to, and they offer them $30 million, but that, you know, it's like $30 million to like not be in government anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like anybody else though, I mean, you can't vote against them. You can't vote against, if you vote against Bobby Kennedy, you're done. You vote against Kash Patel, you're done. You vote against Tulsi Gabbard, you're done. So yeah, I mean, it's a good position, I think. Do you believe? Oh wait, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. The bill was created because that is one of the ways they use to dispatch traitors. In my opinion, love your show, to dispatch traitors. You're talking like hanging people was? I mean, anything's possible. My opinion, and supported by, you know, the Jussie Smollett thing happening right before that, and what seems to be like the coordination is, back then they were running absolutely full court press psyop to make it out like Trump was leading a racial hatred revolution in the United States to try to make every single black person in the country believe that anyone who supports Trump hates them. A complete and total lie. Absolutely 100%. I mean, obviously. But that was what they were trying to do. They were trying to create this environment that, oh, if you see a red hat, that's the same as, you know, a Nazi salute. And so, you know, it's like, oh, this happened. Oh, the anti-lynching bill. And it's just like this whole idea. There's a real threat that you're going to get lynched. It's fucking ridiculous. Not true and disgusting. Like, you know, that's my opinion, is that's what they were actually doing. You know what I mean? Trump's cabinet is full of swamp people. And so I like, listen, again, if you guys can't tell, if you watch my stuff, I am not like in the weeds on like all of these different, like, I know specific people, and mostly because they're not these, you know, insider guy, you know, Speaker Mike Johnson. I was like, all right, I've heard that, you know, some people don't like him or whatever, but I don't look at, like, I just don't care. Like the machine itself, I understand the machine. Individual people, I know because I've seen them speak or I've read things about them that where they've earned my trust. Tulsi Gabbard, perfect example. Bobby Kennedy, perfect example. Trump, obviously, perfect example. But these kind of like all these little people on the inside, like I don't pay super close attention to that stuff unless something happens where it gets put on my radar. You know what I mean? What if the Cybertruck found out his youngest son wasn't him, so he started to stir the pot before killing himself? Same with the attacker in Louisiana. I mean, okay, so on the Cybertruck guy, what I'm hearing now is he actually sent a letter to police also. And hang on, I'll read it to you guys. Okay, I'm not reading LA Times because they are. There we go. Okay. So this is the most who died in the Cybertruck. So it left a note saying it was a wake-up call for country's ills. Highly decorated Army soldier who died. Just happened. Okay, I just want to read the actual letter. Okay, so it says, although this incident is more public and more sensational than usual, it ultimately appears to be a tragic case of ending his life involving a heavily decorated combat veteran who was struggling with PTSD and other issues. This is what the FBI is saying. Okay, but what the guy said, he said, this is not a terrorist attack. He said, this is not a terrorist attack. It was a wake-up call. Americans only pay attention to spectacles and violence. What better way to get my point across than with a stunt with fireworks and explosives? Livesberger wrote in a letter found by authorities who released only excerpts of it. Okay. And so they're actually not even, dude, that's crazy. They're not even going to say what else is in that article. That's unbelievable. Okay. All they put out is this. That's amazing. I hadn't read this yet. This was not a terrorist attack. It was a wake-up call. Americans only pay attention to spectacles and violence. This guy's smart. Okay. Everything that I'm seeing from this dude is he's really, really smart. What better way to get my point across than a stunt with fireworks and explosives? And again, he clearly intentionally did not want to hurt a bunch of people, right? Like, could he have hurt people? Of course. Was it likely he was going to kill anyone with that explosive in a Cybertruck? Very, very unlikely, and I will stand by the following. This anti-gravity thing could totally be real. If you missed the coverage of it yesterday in the letter that he sent to Sam Schuman that was on Sean Ryan's show, he said that he needed everybody to know that China and America have anti-gravity technology, that China is the one with all the drones and all that stuff. And then as his subtext, he says, also, I was involved in a war crime in Afghanistan where we killed hundreds of civilians, including women and children. These are the people who are involved. This is exactly what happened. The UN investigated. We covered it up. And in my opinion, this guy, that's what he was doing. Like, he wanted that story out. And honestly, people only pay attention to explosions and violence. He's literally telling you. And he also said, I have a bomb in my car. So he's telling you the bombing is me. Okay. I'm telling you that I am trying to get people to pay attention to this story with violence and explosions. And then he comes with this sensationalized story about anti-gravity, China and America, because it's the biggest story that's going on right now. And then he talks about the war crime because he's smart enough to know if he just goes there, he blows something up and then goes, hey, there was a war crime and I was a part of it, whatever. It's much easier for it to get covered up. He wanted as many eyeballs on it as possible. And now that all the people are talking about it, it's going to be much harder for them to try to cover that incident up. You know what I mean? See, I don't think this one is a Manchurian candidate. You might, maybe the guy in New Orleans, but I don't think this guy, especially because so many of the guys that are in his unit or who knew him are like, this guy is completely buttoned up. So, there's that. Now, maybe the craziest story of the day, though, is this. If you guys have not seen this yet, okay, look at this. Mysterious fog sweeping U.S. sparks bioweapon fears amid alarming echoes. Okay, so And everybody's saying, like, so I don't know about you guys. But I had been hearing for days from people who said that there was this thick fog where they lived. And it was, you know, they're like, oh, I don't know. Like, it's this really thick fog and it's like making everybody sick. And oh shit, I forgot. I got to bring Gabrielle up so I could tell you guys about the arrest of the person who Gabrielle said was a PDF file who had looked at our daughter up and down. Oh shit, what's up, dude? Okay, here, let's call my beautiful wife.
Hello?
I think the people need you to come up here and talk about the PDF file.
Okay.
See you in a second.
Okay, bye.
So one thing about her is she like so I get most of my information from YouTube or X. I don't spend a lot of time on Instagram unless I'm posting. Like I post on Instagram a fair amount. I don't know why everybody doesn't follow me there. I have pictures of me and my family doing stuff. I'll do like stories of us doing whatever. If you're curious what I'm doing when I'm not, you know, barking into a microphone, I post on Instagram a lot. It's real Jussie on fire, real Jussie on fire. But anyway, but I don't spend a lot of time like scrolling. Gabrielle lives on Instagram because her work is on Instagram. And so sometimes she'll bring me this stuff that she sees on Instagram that is like, and I'm like, Gabrielle, come on, you know, because on, you know, if you want to get a story to go viral on Instagram, it needs to be really crazy because you don't have a long time to explain what's going on. And so sometimes she'll send me stuff and I'm like, this is not true, dude. This is ridiculous. Okay. This is ridiculous. Recently, these things that I keep saying are ridiculous are all end up being true. Like they all end up being true. And in this case, she told me that her friends in California were telling her that they're getting this thick fog that's making people sick. I'm like, come on, dude. Like fog. And now it's everywhere. It smells like plastic burning. And now look at this. It's in Denver. Okay. The US, Americans alarmed by chemical like fog spreading across the US. Look at this, dude.
I know, it's everywhere. I told you.
This is bananas, dude. You got to turn on your microphone. Everybody say hello to my beautiful wife whose microphone is not on yet.
I'm working on it. Hi.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like,
It is so hot in here.
I know I'm sweating
It
down
is
the back of my shirt right
literally
now.
9 million degrees in here. What are we talking about? The fog?
I don't know what this means. It's it's Jussie on fire. It's just my handle is
confused.
at real Jussie on fire. It's not like
I don't get it.
well, I was talking about my Instagram because I was like,
Oh,
I was
because
just saying,
Jussie on Fire was taken, right?
I don't know. I can't remember. But
Don't worry about it. Just go with it.
just yeah, this is it.
Instagram's not really his thing.
Not
so
at all.
Don't judge.
Whoa, I have 16,500 now.
Look
That's
at
like I hadn't even
you.
paying attention. That's more than I had at one point.
Wow.
Oh wow! Wait, it is.
There's more.
There's more than I had at one point.
It is seriously boiling.
I know, dude. I am cooking up here. And then this one is my ex,
Sweatpants
also
were a bad
real
choice.
Jussie on fire. Dude, Twitter hates me, man. I started posting my videos straight to Twitter, and then look at that. That actually did pretty well.
Mhm.
7,000.
That is good.
2,800. But yeah, I mean, all of this content is from, I mean, those videos are from YouTube. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
anyway.
okay. So now let's look at the fog story together and
It's
discuss.
everywhere. Are y'all anywhere that you're experiencing that? Have you had that? Have you asked?
No, yeah. Are you guys seeing that?
It's-
Anybody have
I
this?
didn't go outside this morning, but it was like mega foggy.
I mean, we went out, but like I was outside walking to the car, took them to jiu-jitsu, walked to the car.
I mean,
came
they're
home.
outside right now playing.
Does it smell like burning plastic like they're saying?
No, I was just out there.
Okay, so we're gonna go through this story real quick, and then we will tell you guys the story about the PD.
Shane said his mom is sick from the fog in Minnesota.
Yikes, dude. Well, we have people who have sinus infections that we thought were just sinus infections.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll go through this story, and then Gabrielle and I will tell you the story about the suspected kitty diddler that now got arrested. Or
Well, I mean,
we suspected. I didn't say
yeah.
suspected anyone else. We suspected, and then now arrested and charged with a super serious crime.
Yeah.
He's gonna lose his job for sure on that, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Wait, in this clip that racked up 30. Oh,
What are we looking at?
oh my God. I thought it was gonna be about the fog. Okay.
Oh.
New year, new conspiracy theories. Parts of the US have been blanketed by a mysterious fog, sparking concern from locals who claim it has a chemical smell and exposure can result in flu-like symptoms. They felt in Florida, they felt sick in 10 minutes. Within about an hour, I kept sneezing over and over and over for 3 hours. My eyes were really puffy. I got very warm and I felt like I had a fever. My stomach was cramping.
That was me yesterday.
You were on the ropes yesterday.
Like really bad. And even Genevieve was saying that her eyes were burning. Remember?
No.
Yeah. She's fine today.
What? Well, I was hunting yesterday. Like, so I wasn't with you guys. Were you guys outside?
Oh, maybe it wasn't yesterday. Maybe it's the day before with her eyes. I don't know. I just remember her saying like my eyes are like burning and I don't know why. So I don't friggin' know. I have no idea what it could be. I need to turn myself up. Is that what you're saying?
Just a little bit, yeah. The Daily Mail reports that the occurrence have eerie echoes of Operation Sea Spray, a secret biological warfare experiment conducted by the U.S. Navy back in 1950.
Yikes.
At the time, Serratia marquescens and Bacillus globigii bacteria were sprayed over the San Francisco Bay Area to determine how vulnerable a large American city would be to a bioweapon attack. At least one American was killed and 10 others were seriously sickened. My God, the government would do a thing like that? Crazy.
Right?
So this guy says it was a chemical cloud. Conspiracy theories, drone sightings.
Yeah, people were seeing like stuff floating in their pools. I don't.
That's what you showed me. You showed me that, like, you're like, look at this, and I'm like, it just looks like bubbles.
I don't know. There's
Taste and smells like setting off fireworks.
I don't know,
dude.
It's weird.
Wait, here we go. However, there's a scientific reason for why fog forms. It has nothing to do with biological weapons. Wait, what?
It's just talking about what fog is.
Oh. Yeah, no shit.
We know what fog is.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Fog's a thing?
They're all people are saying that this chemical fog is potentially a bioweapon.
That person says there were foamy white patches in a woman's pool and it was analyzed and contained lithium. Yikes.
Like lithium that they give people to calm the fuck down?
To like schizophrenic people or bipolar people?
Yikes.
Crazy.
Christopher Huntington, I missed this one. First anti-gravity weapon. Nice. Yeah, I mean, in the event that is true and the anti-gravity stuff is real, when you really think about it in terms of like all of humanity, that is so insanely fucked up. It's like, oh, so we have anti-gravities. And if we understand that correctly, it means that we capture energy just from the atmosphere, doesn't require any fossil fuels, whatever. And thus, we could theoretically transform all of human society and we would have unlimited abundance if you did that and shared it with people. And they're like, yeah, but we wouldn't have an edge in killing people when we have war. You're all,
yeah.
Wait, what? Like,
human beings.
We wouldn't have war. I mean, we would probably find a reason to have a war, but anyway. Okay. So now let's not if they're real, if the anti-gravity stuff is real. Like if we really have anti-gravity
They're saying
technology now.
we have it.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know this.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thanks, Sandy. It's a fun one.
Play with matches is off the. Ooh, let's see how our last video is doing.
Oh, you
actually.
posted it already?
I did, and I've got another one
Nice.
queued up to drop on here after we're done here.
I'm like literally dying of heat. I need to
I know
open
it's
the
so
door.
hot.
I'm opening the door. It's too hot.
It is doing whatever. It has an 18% click-through rate and an 11.5-minute watch time, and is just dead even like average view count, which probably means that because we mentioned, like, I probably said Trump or something, they're all, oh my God, we can't let anyone see this video. I know Bob Lazar has been saying it forever.
He's the guy.
That said that he worked at Area 51
Yeah.
and the S4 and all that stuff. Yeah.
Can't decide if he's telling the truth or like totally crazy.
No, he's definitely not crazy, but you can't like everyone has been trying to decide whether he's telling the truth or not for 30 years.
Yeah.
You know? Okay. Now, Gabrielle,
Yes.
let's fill them in on the story of the guy that got arrested. So
Yeah.
tell the story from the beginning. Go.
Like first impressions of him. So our daughter Giselle, who is now in 7th grade, this was last year when she was in 6th grade, and she was 11, and she was talking about this favorite teacher of hers. Like, he's so cool and he's so fun, and I just like love him. And anytime, you know, if you're a smart parent and your daughter's talking about an older dude who she thinks is cool,
I'm so close to this
You're-
older man you don't know.
yeah, you're naturally gonna ask some questions about him. And there was nothing in her answers that was red flag-ish. But I had known about this guy. I had known his name. I knew that he was like one of the PE coaches. And then there started to be some more stories, like having the girls do squats and
I
like
forgot about that.
having the girls play football and teaching them how to hike. the
That was
ball.
after you met him.
Was
though.
that after? Okay. So at one point I go to pick her up from school, and it's very, I mean, if y'all have kids, you know, they just send them down to the front office. There's no escort or anything like that, but he ends up walking her personally down to the office, which whatever, that alone, I'm like, that's kind of weird, but not anything that's a huge red flag, right? So he walks her all the way into like the holding tanks. All the schools in our district are like Fort Knox. There's like the entry door, and then you have like a holding tank, and then another door to get into the school. You have to be buzzed through all of them. Lots of security measures, which I love. But he comes into like the holding tank with her and like kind of introduces himself to me. And then at a certain point, I catch him, and it's like very, very, very fast, but like fully like checks out my daughter. Like, give her one of these. Like, girls, you know that look when someone just scans you up and down. And it just gave me, I don't know, like my spidey sense went just through the roof, like the hair on, like everything. I don't know. I got goosebumps. I just, something in my gut.
It's
was
like the way
this
that, like
guy
the
is
way,
not-
if a guy is talking to you and you have like a big cleavage shirt and they can't help themselves and they accidentally look down at your
but
boobs.
it was so fast.
Yeah.
Like so fast, but like I caught it. And so I told her after that point, I'm like, don't be in a room alone with this guy. Like, I don't trust him. You know, God forbid, I don't think anything's going to happen, right? Whatever, but just don't be alone with him.
You can imagine what my input was.
What?
Well, I'm saying, I'm like, if he says anything to you, anything weird, anything like that, and I need to, and then I made sure that I met him face to face within a very short period of time.
Yeah. And
He
then
wouldn't look at me in the eyes. Like, it's really weird, dude. Like, wouldn't look right at me, kind of like, you know, he's like a teacher. Like, school teachers are usually very much like,
Go
oh,
out
I'm
of their
interacting with a
way.
parent. Like, I have a way to, like, he wouldn't look at me. I knew nothing had happened anyway, but
so there's just little things like, "Oh,
then
we're playing-
the squatting
we're
thing.
playing football. And so first questions are like, okay, cool. Right. I love that they're teaching the girls to play football. Cool. But then you ask the questions like, what was he teaching y'all? Like, what position did he have everyone playing? Where was he standing? And teaching all the girls to hike the ball to him, you know, not putting like another girl in there.
You
Having
didn't tell me
them-
that he was the one taking the
Mhm,
hikes.
mhm. Just like little.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. And
that
then,
I would have. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then so today,
teaching them to use kettlebells and doing squats with the thing in the middle.
yeah. So then today we find out that he's been arrested, not for anything of this nature. Well, we don't know, but what was the exact charge?
Oh, I will read it to you. He was arrested for assault on
Assault.
He with serious bodily assault, bodily injury on a family member, and then terrorist threat of family household.
Yeah.
And
I can't find anything else on the story. I have searched all over the internet. It was 2 days ago that he got arrested. But
when she told me about this, obviously we went and looked at his social media. And he had I
can't find it.
He had just
I looked for his Facebook.
He had like a new girl, right? Like
his new wife.
Yeah, like a brand.
I think his first wife died. Yeah, I forgot about that until just now.
Really?
I think, yeah. I'm fairly certain.
Okay. So anyway, we know that he had a
yeah, they are serious charges.
Really serious. He had a brand new wife, and
super
when we looked at his face, it was like, and it's all over the top, like God. Like I'm like, this fucking dude is overdoing this, and
not that there's anything wrong with people being religious.
No, of course not.
It felt very much like a shield. Or
people can use religion as a misdirection, like it's misdirection. It didn't feel genuine at all. Felt like he's like overdoing it, Yeah. So we gave Giselle strict instructions of, not
stay away from him. Yeah, but like the wife looked super young, and and then like he came to the dance thing, like it was basically all the girl dancers in the school. He came to this dance event
it's all girls there. He's not teaching it.
He did have one boy from the football team who was in the dance group, and he said he came to support him because he was the football coach also. So there was a story that made sense, but it's like, really?
Okay. Really, he had them hike the ball to him, dude.
I know.
I did not know that. You can't fucking do that. You can't do that.
If it was any one of their other teachers, I would have.
No, you can't. A dude cannot do that.
If it was like the elementary school.
Do you understand how you accept a hike?
Yes, I do. Yes.
The back of your hand is on their, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Trust your instincts. And he'll be the first to share this with you. I give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Like I
talked about this in my video, and that's exactly what I said.
Yeah, so if something tells me that someone's off, like I have learned to trust that immediately.
Gabby is she is the most likely to give people the benefit of that. If someone crosses her, then you never come back. But everybody gets the benefit of the doubt. Everyone.
Yeah, everyone starts on the good side.
With me, it's the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Like I assume everybody is a piece of shit until they prove otherwise. And with Gabrielle, it's the exact opposite.
Anyways, yeah. So Giselle sent me that story an hour or two ago.
Dude,
I told you. And she's like, you were right, Mom.
And I thought, and at jiu-jitsu, her and Kylie came up to me. They showed me their phone. They had a map up, and there were all these white dots on it. And she's like, what do you think this is?
Oh,
and I'm like, I don't know. She's like, it's the perverts. And I was like, oh, so when you sent me that, I thought for sure that he was on the registry.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
At first, I didn't know what it was going to be when I saw it, but still, like
terrorist threats.
Those are some violent charges.
Dude, bodily injury.
Yeah.
With
to
terrorist
a family member. And it doesn't say, there's like stepkids in the home. There's a new young wife. She looked a good 15 plus years younger than him.
And
not that there's anything wrong with that either.
She had kids?
Yeah. Like I've seen several couples who have like a large age difference. Not a big deal, but something about him with her.
Everything about him is creepville.
Yeah. And he's like almost 7 feet tall, like
6'9".
6'9".
140 is what they have it listed as. 6'9", 140.
On his mug shot.
There, unless he has lost a bunch of weight, that's not correct. Like he's not big, but he's not 140 at 6'9".
No.
He would,
give a quick update on what's happening, Mark asked.
Oh man, I don't even know.
Long story short.
Well, no, I think he might be talking about the topic of the video.
Oh, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, dude. It just scroll back to the beginning. Like we covered way too much stuff. There's an hour of stuff. That's what I'm saying. It's wrong.
Yeah, he's lanky, but he's not that lanky.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Anyways, that
I
was
mean,
crazy.
if you did that to someone in my family,
He's not at his house anyway.
yeah. Anyway, so one other thing though, let me tell you guys something. Oops, not that. This right here. Nope, not that. Hang on.
What are we looking for?
What do you think?
Oh, our channel.
Yeah. If you
Which
want to
somehow
watch lots
still
and
doesn't
lots
come
and
up.
lots and lots and lots of us, you can do that. Right. Oh my God. Oh
How
my
many
God.
tabs do you have open? Go back to that one and then just click on
What on
the
earth is
channel
happening?
logo and then copy it and put it in the
Oh,
chat.
but where is the stream?
What stream? Oh, the one that we're on right now.
There
right
we
there.
go. Good Lord. This is Play with Matches. We have 20,000 subscribers as of very recently. And in my opinion, this is the channel that's going to really blow up.
It's so fun.
I've been saying this forever that like this is going to be the one that goes huge just because I personally watch it and I'm like my own watch times of this channel are longer than my own. You know? Okay, my tabs are fucking I have no idea where everything is. I don't understand what's happening. I didn't even know I had that thing open.
George is yelling. We're up here, kiddo. Upstairs.
Get up here. Watch this. Georgia.
She's gonna come in so
Dude, I
disheveled.
accidentally deleted that podcast I did with her.
You did?
I know. I'm devastated.
No.
Come here.
Come here, little mini me.
You stand right here.
Oh.
Nope. Over here.
Sitting.
I brought something. Oh goodness.
No. We're
Yes.
not. No. We're not doing cat time. Well, okay.
Everybody loves the cat.
Georgia.
Yeah.
What did I tell you while you were rolling at jiu-jitsu today? Why? Like, did you know what I was saying when I looked at you and went like this?
Yeah. Kind of. No.
You swept her, and then instead of getting on top of her, you got up and ran and stepped away. The thing we've talked about 1,000 times.
What do you do?
You have to go chest to chest. Like-
I did what? I never did a takedown on that.
You swept her and then got up instead of getting on top of her and getting the position and the points.
Stop breathing into it.
You know how to be on top, and then like you Americana people all the time. But when you sweep, you just it's like you think I escaped, and then you run away. It makes no sense.
Oh. Oops.
Stay on top, chest to chest.
Oh. Okay.
Push their skin this direction so you can put your weight on them.
Okay.
Cool. I'm glad
I
that
did do that once when you told me.
Scott, thank you very much, good sir.
I can't. I need to move. It's too close to me.
No, I'm acting like a parent who tries to help them learn jiu-jitsu. And when they do the same thing incorrectly over and over, I will remind them so that they stop.
Wait. Never mind.
He called me a helicopter parent because I was telling you how to sweep to a top position and get the points instead of running away and having every single person on our team watching go, Georgia!
One question.
What?
What is a helicopter parent?
A person who is helicoptering
Who
around you
hovers
all
over
the
you.
time.
Oh.
They're just like whirling around you all the time.
You're a mess.
And so, yes, now if you say helicopter parent to us, that will be very funny. Like if I ask you something, you'd be like, stop being a helicopter parent, Dad. I will laugh probably every time.
Okay. Stop being a helicopter parent.
It worked, dude. Nathan, thank you very much, good sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My hair's
Yeah, your hair's
But yeah,
gross.
so that's what it is. See, Brandon knows, dude. His kids go chest to chest. See, choke dealer knows chest to
T.
chest.
T.
You know who taught me the skin on skin thing is Shunji Ribeiro. He said, I've never seen or felt anyone who is better at distributing their weight in a way that is like advantageous to the position that they're in And that's what he told me. He's like, you want to be basically feeling like you are pushing their skin, like their skin should be pushing, like that's where you should be. And once he told me that, I was like, all right. And I started doing that, and everything became easier.
Yeah.
I'm never reacting to that stupid video, dude. You want to know? I mean, like, honest to God, like on this platform, me and that guy are pretty much the same as me and Georgia.
What? Wait.
You know
Oh.
you know me and Gabrielle's channel?
Thanks, John.
Yar.
You know me and Gabrielle's channel that we just talked about?
Yar.
Not you goof.
Oh.
My channel that I do with Gabrielle that we started a few months ago is twice as big. I'm not helping anybody that talks shit. Anybody who wants me to help them, they just need to email me and say, I love your show. I have a channel. Anybody who had 10,000 subscribers and they were like, hey, I'd love to have you on, I would have just gone on.
It's true.
And now
What if
anyone who fucking makes bad content about me and it pisses me off, then as soon as they catch traction, I'm going to undermine their progress. I can't help myself, dude. I'm not a perfect person. And I hold grudges,
What?
I'm late to the video, but Elon is 100% ruining his image, and it's sad to see who he became. Well, I mean, I'm still on the side of he saved the world. If he really is censoring people and that's all true, that sucks, obviously. But
You stink like outside.
did they shower yet?
No.
Guys, dude, we're going to
They
a
just
really
got-
good dinner. You have to go shower.
We just got home now.
So get your little booty in the shower and clean now.
If they shower now, we won't be able to go for like an hour and a half.
See
Oh, so you
here?
want him to?
We'll do showers later.
See
All right.
here? You see now?
What?
Because I was directing.
You were what?
Nothing.
If you want to say something clever, go ahead. Try.
I don't understand kid talk.
I don't understand monkey talk like that. You don't understand kid talk. Say something funny.
You're too hot.
Say
to be
something-
on me.
say something
You're
funny.
like
Go.
9,000 degrees.
Huh?
Here,
Say something funny.
sit.
I'll say something.
You say something funny.
Okay.
Go.
I
Dude.
don't know.
That was kind of funny.
See? I told her.
So good.
That
Well, I'll
was
laugh at
actually.
anything. So
Yeah, if you want to get Gabrielle to laugh, just make a joke about poop.
let's not start that.
It's embarrassing.
All right, girl, you're way too warm.
Okay, I'll
you're like
stand.
a heat blanket.
He never censored anyone. I don't even know. Like, again, I don't know if that's true or not true or whatever. Where are you going?
I'm
I'm-
talking right here.
Hang
Oh,
on.
okay.
Now you're on my headphone cord. Stand up again.
Oh my God.
I know. There's a lot going on. There's
He
a lot of
demonetized them?
lag.
That's not nice. See, the way
There.
the way I do parenting is I break their balls
Mm.
constantly. For like specific reasons that need to be said, but also I do it like that because kids are mean little shits. And if they're used to me breaking their balls like this at home, then when kids start teasing them, they just tease them back.
He
They're,
did.
they're completely used to it. There's nothing like they're not
This fall.
like a kid who gets teased at school and it hurts their feelings. They are bait. They become bait kids. And all of the mean kids are like, nah, 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 nah. If someone teases my kids, they just look at them like,
Hey, Dad.
What?
Another person called you a helicopter dad.
but I'm not that. Yeah. Wait, he demonetized Jake? He demonetized Jake Shields?
Okay, you learn a lot from these comments.
It's true.
I do. That's an excellent observation, little Georgia. Is that true? Let me ask Jake. Jake's my boy, dude.
Who in the world is Jake?
Jake Shields.
Oh my God. Even if I don't know who that is.
See, she's got a smart mouth, dude.
She does. But we're supposed to say, oh my gosh.
I don't know about that.
We do.
Okay.
I'll find out right now if he demonetized Jake or not.
Okay.
All right. We got to rock and roll. Georgia?
Yeah.
Do you want to be a superstar content creator?
We'll say that.
Do you want to? Yes or no? In your life when you're older?
Maybe.
Okay. Would you rather do
Okay,
what I do
leave it
or go to an office every day?
Maybe do what you do.
Well, it's up to you. It's
Like,
your life.
Maybe so.
It's your life, dude. Daughter dealt with that very well. I'm impressed, Jesse. This is how I knew Trump was my guy. When we all met as children, we knew he was a good man. This goes for you as well now. Love you, man. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate you. That's a very, very
Thank you.
nice thing to say. And I actually saw, oh my God, who was it? It was a musician who was interviewing Trump, and he said that he had this idea of who Trump was, but then when they met in person, Trump spent 10 to 15 minutes talking to his 10-year-old daughter. Like they were just like sitting there, just having like a conversation, this million, like, and he's like, he was asking her genuine questions, listening to her answers. He's like, when I saw you with my daughter, I knew. I was like, everything I've heard about this guy is not true. Like,
It is.
All the bad stuff was not true.
Elon took away Jake's
Oh.
verification and pay. Well,
Eric said you have charisma.
you do.
Who in the world's Eric?
He's in the chat.
Oh.
He's the guy that you say thank you to now.
Oh.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
Get up so he can see your face.
She's just too short.
Sorry.
What do you want to say?
Thank you. Oh my God.
My favorite, I have a million videos of my kids doing jiu-jitsu, and my absolute favorite one is of Georgia, and it's 6 seconds long.
You already took that one. You already showed them.
It's his favorite video.
It's my
ever.
favorite video ever.
You already showed them last one.
You could see her little soul, and she's just like,
It's so cute.
I looked at you like this.
I gotta zoom in on her.
That's not me.
So cute.
she just looked, she's like, you saw that,
Oh,
right?
Look, Miss Mary Jane sent you something. George.
Jake
Who's
is starting to
who's
realize
Mary Jane?
After
designers
Jake.
are bad guys. Elon knows it's not their time yet. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't, again, I never get into any of that stuff. I
Right
just,
there.
I avoid all of that stuff.
That's
Mary
for
Jane,
you.
for Georgia, Merry Christmas.
That's for you.
Georgia,
Thank you.
unfortunately for you, YouTube is going to take 40% of that. So you only get $6.
$6
And then
for
after
you.
taxes, I'm just kidding. You can have $10. Good job.
Thank you.
Oh,
Wait, I need money. Wait,
you need money?
Yeah.
How much money do you
How
have?
much money you have?
$418.
She's, oh,
Wait.
dude, your electric or your
Remote
truck is
control
here.
car.
Oh, dude, I'm using it.
She never bought anything. She saved every single dollar she'd ever gotten. And then,
I bought something that I had to pay half of.
well, her and her sister split it. And it's a remote controlled truck that goes 70 kilometers an hour. Jesse, you have something black on your right LOLP below your nose, staring all night. Oh, I shaved. It's blood.
It's blood.
It is. Thank you, James.
Appreciate it.
It's blood. I shaved it and it bled. That's just dry blood. Thank
You
you very
do
much,
where?
dude. It's blood.
It's blood.
No one makes me drink my own blood.
Bleed my own
Bleed my own blood.
Get it right.
Dude, they take more than that usually. It's actually 45%. But I mean, that's why that's actually why people do that's why people do Patreon, because I think Patreon takes like
Oh,
not very much at all. But I don't want, like, in my world, I just think, okay, am I going to ask people to go to a completely different platform? Like, the money is less important than you guys having a really easy time, like, getting to the content. You know what I mean? I don't care what video anybody makes about me.
Thanks, John.
Who knows?
He
Wait,
said our kitty's pretty.
he is.
He is pretty.
And Musical knows I know his fucking address. That would not be a good idea.
Oh.
And I don't believe it anyway. I talked to Musical.
look.
Me and Musical have a
Mr. Bob
long-term
just sent you
relationship.
$10 too.
Here's $10 for you. Oh, thank you, dude.
Thank you.
Georgia, leave the microphone alone.
I don't know if I get.
It
Say
can
thank
hear
you,
you.
Bob.
I said thank you, but thank you.
Oh my gosh, more. You lucky little lady.
Ooh.
What do you say?
Thank you.
Violet, thank you, dude.
Jordan. Person says your daughter's sitting on every one of these next from
How
now
much
on.
money did I make?
like
made
20, almost $23.
Dude,
Oh.
see, look,
Dang.
that's being an online creator. You in your case, you could like play video games like online, and then people just like that are fans of the channel, they donate to you. They call those simps when you're much older, you know.
Oh,
Right now they're just.
But
nice.
you wouldn't be, they
Right
wouldn't
now
be
they're just nice
simping on.
people.
Yeah, now it's just nice
Yeah.
people who are like, you know, like,
Yeah.
but like when you're older, actually, do you call it like, is that like what they call like, if I think that's only if they're like, oh my God, let me see their, like, that's only if you see like a person's like body, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that what that is? I don't know. Who do you think is responsible for 9/11? Oh man, that's gonna tap us into another 15-minute talk, and I don't have it. I think I honestly don't have any idea. I honest to God don't know. I know that Building 7 was a controlled demolition,
Mhm.
essentially for sure, which makes you think, what are the odds that Building 1 and 2 were not? If Building 7 for sure was, who knows?
Yeah.
Beyond that, I have absolutely no idea.
Huh?
Absolutely no idea.
Okay, no one knows.
Oh, I know. Giselle started an account and they deleted it.
Who said that?
Just Gabs, thank you very much. Just
Thanks,
Gabs.
girl. I know that's my friend. Team Gabs. She's
Yeah.
awesome. Thank
Wait,
you.
Sean, your team?
No,
Oh,
just our collective.
our collective team. All right, we got to jump. We're gonna go eat some sushi.
Mhm.
You guys are the best, dude. Thank you guys very much.
ya.
We'll see you guys soon. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm also going to be dropping a brand new Diddy video literally right now that is nuclear fire. You guys should definitely watch it. Look for that in about 3 minutes. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Matthew.